Two guys doing a podcast. Two guys doing a podcast. Two guys doing a podcast. Podcast. Ow.
That's all I'm saying, man. Get ready for it, bro. Get ready for it. Guess what I'm doing? Guess what I'm doing this year? And I recommend anyone else watching this podcast, especially if you're a person of color. I'm not fucking joking. Anyone else, go get your gun license. Go get your legal gun license. Before the year is done, get your legal gun license. Learn how to farm. Learn how to plant your own food. Learn how to feed yourself without going to the grocery store. Learn how to do these, especially if you have a family. Learn how to do these. If you're a man watching this, not to take away from our women, but if you're a man watching this, you need to know that you can protect your family and that you can feed them. Learn these things. Because unless you just watch Maury Povich all day and you don't watch the news and you can't read the room, I feel sorry for you, man. Learn how to defend yourself. Learn some form of self-defense. Something. Take advantage of all your rights that you have, even though they're trying to strip them away from us every single day. I'm getting my gun license, and so is my wife. I'm not saying I want to get my gun license because I want to go out and be a criminal. You know what I'm saying? And be a thug. You know, it blows my mind, Dre. Like when I see, you watch the news, you see every single day there's a shooting, multiple people getting hit up, and I don't want to act like I don't understand it because these are shootings. I'm assuming, I don't know, I'm not in that lifestyle. I don't know anybody that is. But I'm assuming they're revenge killings. So I get it. It's very hard to let something like that go. If somebody kills your family member, your boy, your whatever, you want revenge. I understand that. I get it. But right now, with everything happening, where the people that we pay to protect us they're just killing us. There was a guy, and I don't want to not say his name, so I'm going to tell you his name right now. His name is Daniel Prude. He died of suffocation after cops put a white hood over his head. They killed him. So the point that I'm trying to make is all this is going on. The people that we're paying to protect us, they're killing us. You want to help them by killing us too? I'm not getting a gun, like I said, to be a thug. I'm getting a gun to protect my family. To protect I have nothing bad. I don't care what they say about me. I'm not saying anything bad. I'm not trying to tear anyone down who looks like me. If you look like me and you see me coming, no, it's all love, baby. Period. I'm not tearing no one down who looks like me because we have enough against us right now. So when I see, I don't get it, man. When I see the news and the other thing too is I'm not trying to suggest that we should be doing this. I'm not suggesting this. I'm not trying to suggest that we should go ahead and make a podcast about inciting a race war. I'm not suggesting that. But if you have to kill someone, maybe let it be Zimmerman. You know, the guy who killed Trayvon? If you have to kill someone, maybe let it be the cop who killed George Floyd. You understand what I'm saying? If you have to bust your gun, do it for a righteous reason. Again, I'm not trying to encourage this. All I'm trying to say is you think you're killing your enemy, but you're really not. You're really not.
These people, or when I say these people, I mean the people who try to influence or manipulate us and try to get this fear and this anger out of us, are winning when they have people feeling the way you feel. Because it's the fear and the anger that they use to divide us.
Right.
To divide brothers. So if there's somebody that lived in the hood with me and they get out of this position now, I don't love them. I hate them. How did they get out and I'm still here?
Right. It's the crab in the bucket mentality.
All of this is the black mentality right now. What you're saying, the way you're feeling is not uncommon. I don't feel the way you feel. My level is not where you're at. I don't believe that you should go out and get a gun license. I don't believe that you should feel that you should resort to that level of violence. I don't believe that you should have to go out and shoot somebody as an example to set an example for something. I understand that that is the way that the world was created.
Hold
I
on.
understand that those were methods that were used by people to gain power. Go ahead.
I just have to say again, I'm not suggesting that somebody get a gun and go shoot a cop. I'm also, hold on, just to be clear, because this is a serious conversation. When I say that I want to get my gun license, it is for protection. I am allowed to protect myself and my family. It is not to go out and voluntarily, shoot people. Go ahead.
Right. The reason why you need to protect yourself from people with guns is because there's people with guns. If there's no guns, there's no reason for you to get a gun license.
Right.
There are other things that need to be changed in this world that are not being changed because there's no focus on changing them.
Right.
People want to stop the gun violence, but don't want to focus on the organizations that are promoting the guns and make sure that guns are something that we all have.
I understand the larger point that you're trying to make. I really do. And, you're right. We need to, if there was a way that all guns could be eliminated, hey, baby, I'm all for it, man. I am all for it.
Just as something can become common, it can become uncommon. As long as there's a unified front, and as long as people really believe the message that's behind it. I'll give you an example, cigarettes. When we were growing up, you could have a cigarette anywhere you damn well please. Inside a building, in an elevator, in a restaurant, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Right.
You could go buy cigarettes anywhere you wanted. No restrictions on cigarettes.
Vending machines.
And the vending machines were selling them. You know what I'm saying? At high school, some high schools at certain points. It's crazy. Listen. But that had to change. Why did that change? Because the greater masses, people started to realize, oh, this is the cause, this is a deadly thing, this is killing people, this is something that could kill my children if they intake. Secondhand smoke is deadly. Da-da-da-da-da. These are what's in it. There was a deadly factor that started to cause harm, and people, as a unified front, weren't going to take it no more. Organizations that fought against, because believe it or not, obviously, if the cigarette companies that are billion-dollar companies had their way, people would still be smoking everywhere in the world.
Of course.
They would be smoking. If the cigarette companies had it their way, nothing would have changed. Okay, the people were the ones that changed that, because the cigarette companies had lobby and create laws and all that stuff. But the people became unified in that way and forced those things to be changed. They didn't know that they did it. People don't even realize that they probably did it. But that's exactly, and the only reason it changed. Now, I say that as something that is extremely difficult to achieve. That level of unity is entirely different.
Yeah, especially when it has to do with guns, which is, I think it's the American second right or something like that.
I'm relating it to cigarettes because they're both deadly substances that kill people. Whether
100%.
Whether it's the person using it or secondhand.
100%. And the guns work the same way too. They work the exact same way.
It's the exact same way, right? And there's organizations that keep the gun laws the way that they do and keep it stay the same. It's because people refuse to have the mentality that I just posed to you. They have the mentality you have. I need to get a gun license. I need to get a gun because there is other people out there with guns. I'm saying I'm saying if the mentality was different as something that was, let's just not have guns at all. Why do we need guns?
So this is where you lose the parallel. I was with you until you said that. So the reason I need a gun is because cops have guns. Cops happen to be killing us like it's nothing. When it comes to cigarettes, if you have a cigarette, right? You like to smoke cigarettes and you're smoking around me. I don't smoke. You're smoking around my kid. You're impacting me. The response to that isn't I might as well get a cigarette too. There's no react to me wanting one. You know what I mean? The gun thing, yes. I understand, again, your larger point. If no one has guns.
Cops don't need guns. Cops need to subdue people. And the reason, and the cops justify it the same way. Cops say that we need guns because other people
Have guns.
So everybody's justification for having guns is because everybody else has them. We're fighting the wrong things. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but it's a losing fight, bro.
Listen, slavery was a losing fight before we got out of it. The point that I'm trying to make is that there are bigger issues that if we focus the fight on the bigger thing, maybe the more difficult, maybe the thing that might take more time, if we focus on those things, we would get the greater results from what we're looking for than these small things. Like I said to you, people want to defund the police and want to focus on the police brutality. I understand that. I get that.
Yeah.
But if the police, if we don't have guns, the police don't have guns, guess what? It's going to be a lot harder for the police to kill people. I just solved the problem of
Right.
police killing people right there.
But you know what else you just did?
What did I just do?
You just took millions. We're not talking about millions. You just took billions of dollars out of very powerful people's pockets. You've now also just created a black market for, say it, guns. Guns. If you get rid of all, bro, if people have had guns for hundreds of years and they know how effective a gun can be, you could be a frail little toothpick. You put a gun in that toothpick's hand, well, guess what? I'm 10 feet tall now. People know how effective gun. If you get rid of all guns, you've now just created a black market for guns. So listen, I want to be clear too. Like I agree with what you're saying. Obviously, hey, guess what? Get rid of all the guns. Well,
okay, listen, no, hold on. What I'm not saying is just to get rid of all of the guns.
Sounds like what you're saying.
Let me be clear. What I'm saying is there's bigger things that we need to focus on. Like you got to start from the top and work your way down. They've allowed us to focus on the bottom of the totem pole, right? So when you change the bottom of the totem pole, there's levels above it that don't feel anything.
Right.
If it wasn't for people having the mentality that, listen, this seems like an impossible task. It might take a long time, but we have to tackle this from the highest of levels. We have to affect the highest level up, which at that time happened to be, and I'm just talking about the States and Canada, happened to be the president. Right? We have to find a way to affect that, him, her, that organization, the people around them, and this will affect a change that will.
I know, but it's just never gonna happen, Dre. It's just never gonna happen.
You can't think like
you want to
that.
know why I say that, Dre? You want to know why I say that? You want to know why I say that?
Well, I definitely want to know.
And if we're gonna stay on guns, Sandy Hook.
You stayed on guns, by the way. Anyway.
Well, yeah, of course I'm saying that was the larger one we were talking about. Sandy Hook.
That was the example that I used.
Sandy Hook, bro. There's been school shooting after kids, man. Kids, not racist cops being like, fuck you, nigger, die. No. Kids. Let me even stress it. By the way, I'm not trying to make light of these school shootings, right? But white kids shooting other white kids. And if history has taught us anything, we know white people love them some white people. White kids shooting white kids with AR-15s, not even bang bangs. AR-15s, my guy, automatic weapons. Parents crying, kids crying, please We're not saying get rid of all the guns. We're not saying that. Just get rid of the AR-15s. These are weapons that you use for war. A person doesn't need this even if to go hunt an animal. You can't even eat the meat after you use that. Please just get rid of this. Not even that. Dre, bump stocks. A bump stock turns a regular handgun, into an automatic weapon. It's just like a little thing. It makes it. They won't even get rid of that. Again, please, we're dying. Kids, bro.
What are you trying to
The
say?
point that I'm trying to make is if that won't change their mind, nothing will. That's the point that I'm trying to make. These people that you're talking about, the people at the top, let's affect them. What do we got to do? If that, white kids killing other white kids, not teenagers, kids, I use the word kids literally. White kids killing other white. If that won't change their mind, not even to ban all guns, just the fucking AR-15s, bump stocks, that won't change their mind, nothing will. That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro.
It's about profit, though. It's about profit.
Yes, exactly. That's why.
They're making money off these guys.
Yes, that's why it's not happening.
As with any other business, obviously, this is something that is very difficult to achieve. I'm not going to act like it's the simplest of solutions that I'm posing, but it's a logical. It doesn't change the fact that it's still a logical solution. If the mentality could just be that, you see what I'm saying? That's all it is. It's literally just got to change the mentality, just allow it to be that. Because guess what? As the business, if people stop putting money into the business, there would be no business.
But guess what? That will never happen.
That's the thing. There's no reason because of. But I keep saying it's because of the way they've instilled certain things.
No, Dre. Even if citizens were staying on guns, even if citizens, me and you, I'm not getting my gun license. Dre makes perfect sense. I'm not getting my gun license. No. Why would I go and put money into these evil people's hands? I'm not getting.
Obviously, you can't do that in the world that we live in.
No, not even that, Dre. Dre, what I'm saying is, even if every citizen said I'm not buying a gun, guess who still needs guns? The fucking army. The army needs guns to protect the country. What do you think? These fucking gun companies make all their money just from people like me and you? They get gun contracts from the army, bro. That's where their money comes from. Guns are going nowhere, is what I'm trying to say. Because guess what? If you unarm an entire country, well, aren't you just a great big pussy waiting to get? That's all I'm saying.